everybody! Gingershadow here, and welcome to the RWBY visual novel JPDE Sonata of Fire. Dun 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 dun. Some of you may recognize this. I've done a few episodes of this before. So, yeah, what am I doing back here at the start? Well, I did mention I might rerun through the game. Yeah, it's pretty much a case of I started this game about 3 years ago. Over 3 years ago. I know that for a fact at this point. It's been over 3 years since I started the game. I recently played through it. I got an ending. But the thing is about the game, there's a bunch of extra events. There's a different ending. There's different events and stuff that happen if you've interacted with certain characters in certain ways. Also, I played the start of this game 3 years ago. A bunch has changed. A lot of new systems have been implemented into the game with how money works, clothing works, and certain events and things like that. For example, I did a date event thing with Amber, and later on it worked into that became part of the story. It wasn't actually the event, so I wasted the date event essentially doing that. And bits like that. And yes, obviously bugs have been fixed because I was playing the updates and that. It was when they just updated, so occasionally there was bugs and bits, and they would typically get fixed by the next update. So, I guess it's just more curiosity. I want to play through it and try a different pathing in a sense. I want to try it in a slightly different way. Also, I really just like playing this game. So, there's that. On the flip side, though, just to mention, this is an older thing, obviously. But, you know, it's getting newer stuff in it. I'm just sort of replaying through it for funsies and to check out extra events and stuff. Because the game's still getting updated. The game's still getting new dates and stuff like that added in. So I still want to try and play those. And I feel a bit weird doing the end episode and then going, right, here's a bunch of dates added on to the thing. No, I put that as the end. I'd quite like to just leave that as the end. Just leave that alone. I'll just put the dates as a separate thing at this point, I think. Also, Creator released a thing saying there's going to be a demo thing getting released. I don't think it's for specifically the second game. It seems to be like a side game bit that's pretty much kind of testing out their new way they're making the game. I don't understand all the game making stuff, but basically they're making the game in a new way to try out new features and stuff like that. They're pretty much putting out what looks to good like it's going to be some kind of demo thing based around Adam and Serena the White Fang kind of stuff. So that looks interesting. Can't wait for that. Said something about it being around April time, so I'll take a look at that when that comes out. But for now, we're doing this again. Yeah, also another thing, some artwork and stuff's been updated since I played through it, so yeah, there's new stuff to go look at. There's pictures that I haven't put as thumbnails yet. So, you know, it makes sense I go back through and find them all. Yeah, basically I'm going to be trying different things this time around. And I guess I'll get more into it as we go. So how does this start again? Is there a bit? Yeah, there's this bit, isn't there? Where's my mouse? There it is. Disappearing on the screen thing. Alright. That was us, by the way. See that flight? That wasn't a shooting star. That was us. Yeah, it's a bit different as well, because we know... Also, you've got all this stuff. The prologue things that are getting announced. They get fancier as time goes. Yeah, obviously we know the story at this point. We know a lot of things that are going to happen. So... there's less of a reaction-based thing to that, but I'm still going to chat about it and talk about it and go through it and rethink bits of it and stuff, so... feels weird redoing this from the start, but I've been looking forward to it. But right, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, mister. You have a nice dog. Thanks. Good morning. God's girl, how can you be so energetic at this time of day? I had a large breakfast. Hiccup. Hi everyone, my name is Penny, and today is another great day. I mean, have you looked at the sky? A slight breeze, an acceptable amount of cloud cover, and not a singular grim in sight. Which is good, because I assure you they have a very high chance to ruin your day just by being in your immediate vicinity. For me though, it's an even better day than for most. I mean, not that I have a collected data on how the day is going for every single inhabitant of Vale City. That'd take a long time, terribly inefficient. Even so, I feel confident in my inductive reasoning that I'm having a better day than most, because I recently made new friends. There's a girl enrolled at Beacon Academy. We can't really see each other because well, I was told not to. And only one really said that she was my friend. But the other girls were her friends, so maybe the transitive properties apply? I have this game's gonna be filled with words, I'm just gonna say them all wrong. Also, I haven't been reading all day, so this will be fun getting warmed up. Still, I made at least one friend. Life is better when you have lots of friends. So, since I have 4 new friends, or 25% of that, it's safe to speculate that I'm having an even better day than most. I can't wait to see how my day will continue with such a great start. Holy dust, what is that? Oh, I didn't notice, but while I was computing about my day, the bustle of the city street has died down. Everyone has fallen mostly silent, barring a few murmurs, and they're all staring and or pointing at the sky. It's probably not a Grim, because the person shouting out a question, Grim, are very recognizable, so this must be something new, but equally terrifying. Let's see. Oh, a meteor! I've never seen one this close before. Well, I've never seen a meteor, period, but most people never see them this closely. And it's getting closer, isn't it? Uh-oh. It's not getting any smaller, now that it's past the upper atmospheric layers, and considering its speed and trajectory. Oh, I hope the market's not too crowded at this time of day. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, so... God, it's interesting going back, because the way this game goes, it doesn't follow typical RWBY canon. It implements bits of it here and there. But it's got its own story and its own thing going on. And obviously, because the protagonist, the butterfly effect of the protagonist being around and doing things, characters will develop slightly differently, certain things will change, and one of the biggest effects is obviously Penny changes because she's part of a team, she's interacting with people, and yeah, basically, she has a big, massive change as time goes on. And I was thinking about, like, there's better be a demo thing coming out for the White Fang stuff and that, and the follow-on games might be based 3 years later. So it's going to be interesting to see, because certain characters are obviously going to, like, they're not, I imagine they're still going to keep their core aspects from canon, but they could be slightly different how it goes. Oh, it's interesting to think. Anyway, damn, it's hot. I clearly remember leaving the window open last night to let the summer breeze in, but now it feels like I fell asleep in the desert. Whatever wind came in to cool down my bedroom is currently gone. It sounds replaced by a low fizzle, like hot metal placed in water. My bed also has become hard and quite uncomfortable. The image of something replacing the memory foam with slabs of stone comes to my mind hazy. Keep my haze mind. I drank yesterday? No, I don't think so. I'm wet? My clothes are soaked with sweat as I toss and turn. I plant my hands against the ground. Wait, why am I sleeping on the ground? I push myself with a heavy groan and raise my hands. My eyes flutter open against the strong light of the sun. What? This isn't my bedroom. No, worse, this isn't any kind of room at all. The sleep seems to clear almost instantly as I realize that I'm below street level, kneeling in some kind of crater in my soaked sleepwear. As I look at my surroundings, I see a lot of broken glass and other debris littering the streets. And there appears to be one in my immediate vicinity. Destruction and confusion seems to be spread in a fan radius from where I stand. Although I can't be completely sure because of the girl covering part of my... Wait a minute. Penny! So this is like the first artwork that, like, it got changed. So originally it's meant to be just Penny sitting, and now we've got Penny kneeling down with main character in a crater, and giving a kind of better show of, you know, things are smashed up in the background. So this meteor has hit down, and we were right in the center of it. So yeah, this is lovely, because no one didn't really get over the fact that, yeah, you sort of caused a bit of a ruckus in your arrival. All I got over was, Penny's here! Which, you know, was still a great thing. But yeah, it's a lovely piece of artwork here anyway. But there she is. She's directly in front and above me. Looking at the rim of the crater I'm sitting in the middle of. Looking down at me with big green eyes, carrot hair, and a sea of freckles that frame a pretty smile. She's petite, but not excessively so, and wears clothes which richly complement her natural colours. Like, they were made for her. In other words, she's really pretty. Hi there. Salutations, Skyman. Are you a bad guy? No. Ah, good. There was a high probability that you were some kind of attacker, but I'm glad that wasn't the case, Skyman. Okay. But why are you calling me the Skyman? For two reasons. First, I don't know your name. My name? Affirmative. What is your name, Skyman? My name is... Yeah, so his real name's David. That's not what we're called. We're Jin! And we shall remain Jin. Jin. My name is Jin DeCavagus. Nice to meet you, Jin. I'm Penny. Nice to meet you too, Penny. Did you by any chance see who put me in here? Does it mean someone threw you? Excuse me? I didn't see everything, but between my observation of the meteor and finding the point of impact, there was a lapse of only 37 seconds. It'd be very hard for someone to transport you here without being seen. My guess is, you were inside the meteor when it landed. Meteor? Wait a minute. Is she saying... I look below my feet, and just like before, there's a crater. The heat? A meteorite? Skyman? That's impossible. Oh, Penny! I scrambled to get out of the crater, climbing over its short incline and ending up on my hands and knees. I breathed deeply, suddenly at a loss for breath. Where am I? You're in Vale City, capital city of Vale. Specifically, in the alley of the Market District area. It doesn't look like much right now because your landing kind of vacated it. Vale City? That doesn't sound like the name or any country or city I've heard of. I've never heard of Vale. That's peculiar. Peculiar, yeah. Since it's a very important place. Maybe you've heard of some of the other countries beyond Vale. There's the nation of Vacuo to the west, Atlas to the north, Mistral to the east. That's all of Remnant. And the Grimlands, you know, they're not actual places. That's just the no man's land, basically. My sweating has calmed down. When I got out of the hot crater, but now it's coming back with a vengeance. I feel dizzy. I bring a hand to my forehead, my eyes falling to the floor. I don't know any of those names. And you're saying I dropped from the sky? Is this some kind of prank? I feel the acrid taste of bile rising from my esophagus. Unless someone in Atlas shot you out of a cannon, I don't know what kind of prank could be pulled. And your trajectory was too far off for that. The meteorite is this a hallucination? Or a bad dream? No, it feels too desperate. And what kind of distraught brain would play with like this with itself anyway? Oh, we've got quite the messed up brain. So, Jin's a very interesting one because they talked about all that stuff at the start about bedrooms and things like that. But, yeah, it's like, he clearly has no idea where he is, but he's not just been like a second into here or something. It's not that type of story. It does make you wonder how, like, exactly how he's got those particular memories in that sense. I don't want to say too much. Maybe some people will be watching this for the first time. I don't want to spoil things. Which is going to be very hard because I know the entire game. I've played through it a lot. Maybe not the start so much, but like for redoing dates and things like that in later events, I did have to replay particular chunks of the game quite a few times. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, I know this game quite well. Yeah, again, I've not played the start in quite a while, so this actually feels fresh to me because it's been so long since I've read it. You seem distressed. I am distressed. I understand. But we shouldn't linger around here for too long. The officers might be nice, but sometimes they don't understand. Officers? Police! There's police here? That's great, maybe they can help. That's if they're willing to listen to you. Considering that you damaged a major metropolitan area with your landing, the odds of that happening are not in your favour, as they say. She points at all the chaos around us. She's got a point. After all, Penny herself was almost certain that I was some kind of attacker or enemy. I guess this nation is under some kind of threat? What happens if they don't want to listen? They take you away. That's bad. To the funny house where life is beautiful all the time. Crap. But what am I supposed to do then? Well, it's the marching of footsteps. Wait. Oh no, marching of footsteps. That would indicate soldiers or mechs. Marching footsteps. Double crap. Oh no, what do we... Sorry, Skyman. Continuing the conversation would be terribly inconvenient. Hey, what? Boink? What? The petite, cute, gentle girl who'd been nothing but helpful and tried to reassure me about my situation and keep me out of trouble, just lifted me up over her head like I was a sheet of paper. Now, if you know about huntresses, you know that's not actually that impressive, because a lot of huntresses could probably lift an average person over their heads. Like, I want to imagine maybe even RWBY could do something like that if she really tried. I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell, really. But, like, she swings that scythe a bit with no problem. And cuts down and stuff. I like to imagine in pure strength, like, huntresses and stuff would be able to lift people and things, but... That's the bar. Okay, Jin here knows nothing about this. He doesn't know anything about how this war stuff works. And yes, some of this small ginger girl is just, like, proper... Ultimate Warrior. I don't know if it's like Ultimate Warrior or in, but like, you know. I don't even know how to describe it. She's lifted them straight above her head. Like something out of a cartoon. Sorry for the sudden invasion of personal space. That's not the... Ah! Definitely made that scream. This is a safe distance. Ugh. I lean against a nearby wall, one hand on my mouth, and the other on the plaster. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to account for possible motion sickness. It's fine. Upset stomach or not. She got me away from the... whatever those were. Policemen don't march, and come to think of it, those footsteps sounded particularly heavy. I sigh, stand, and breathe deeply with my abdomen in with my nose, out with my mouth, rinse and repeat. After a few repetitions, I managed to focus and calm my stomach down. Oh, your complexion looks much better. Looks much, much better now. Thanks. Achoo! Very vicious sneeze. I think you need a change of clothes. Considering what I'm wearing, I need clothes, period. Sounds like a good idea, but I have no money on me. Oh, I can cover that for you. Is she serious? You don't have to go through all that trouble for me. It's no trouble at all. Your size is pretty common in Vale, so I should only be a few minutes. To be safe, though, it's better if you wait inside that dumpster. Dumpster, right. But what I meant is, why are you helping me? You don't want me to? I kind of want you to, but why are you going to such lengths to help a complete stranger? Alright. Father did tell me people aren't used to the concept of autism anymore. I'm not even used to the concept of whatever that word is, but alright. But he also taught me that I should help people who need a hand. So don't worry too much, and let me help you. Alright, Jin? Alright. Sensational. Now, don't move from the dumpster, and wait for me to come back. She's a very nice girl. I must be the luckiest and most unfortunate man in the world at the same time right now. Well, now. Don't want her to go through all that trouble for nothing, do we? Into the dumpster we go! Oh. Just like the thing. So, okay, another thing to point out for people that might be, like, going and seeing this game and that, or want to try. But just to note, this is a free-to-play game. By the way, this is a fan-made game. And it's like got a full story running right through it. It's pretty long, lengthy, but it's got so much in it. Like, it's not just lengthy as in like they've tried to make it lengthy. It's like it's lengthy because there's tons of story and events and things to do in it. Like, it's a big old game. But yeah, it's free to play, and there should be a link in the description down below if you want to check out the game and its page and stuff like that. Just to let people know if they want to try it. Because if you're a fan of RWBY, it's worth playing. It's fun. And, alright, again, to point out though, this was made 3 years ago. Now, 3 years ago, obviously, it was before certain things in RWBY came out and things. So, basically, what I'm saying is, yes, some characters and things don't fit current RWBY or whatever, and might not fit some of the previous RWBY bits. Like, certain characters are in this, but weren't introduced yet in the show. So they have slightly different personalities or bits to them, because the creator just, you know, went with an idea. So I'm throwing that in now, because there's going to be particular times where things happen, and you're going to be like, well, that's not how that went. It's like, yeah, but technically, he had free reign to do what he wants, because there was nothing there. Like, it'll make more sense later. I'm just throwing the warning out there, just so people know. But anyway, also this game's based between season... I think it's somewhere, but I think it's after the dock incident, so it's between season 2 and 3 of RWBY. So that's around where it is. So yeah, it's just to throw that out there as well, so people don't think like there's going much further than that, or it's at the very start of season 1 or something like that. Like, actually, I'm saying that technically it might still be season 1, because Penny's saying she just met RWBY. Okay, yeah, no, it may still be season 1 currently, but like it's right at the end of season 1. And I don't think we get involved in the season 1 end stuff. So, yeah, okay, it may be just at the end of season 1. But it's based between the first 3 seasons of RWBY, just to throw that out there. But anyway, they fit perfectly. I'm glad. All the clothes Penny bought me, shoes included, fit like a glove. She's correctly guessed all of my sizes. You have a great eye for clothes, huh? That's why you look so good in... Oh, that's why those look so good on you. You made them yourself. Make clothes... yeah, like a tiller. Unless you have a bionic eye. I let out a heartily laugh at that. Of course, I can make clothes. That's how I got your sizes right. No bionics or robotics of any kind in the immediate vicinities. Hiccup. Are you okay, Penny? I feel my face go aflame, and I drop my head down in shame. I didn't know exactly what time it is, but for my body, it's certainly breakfast time. Alright, I guess I should have brought you some food too. Penny, you're too nice. You know I can't repay you. Oh, it's fine. No, it's not. Crap, I raised my voice at her. I feel terrible. I feel terrible too. Why would you ever shout at Penny? She's so sweet. Sorry, I'm not angry at you, but at myself. You're angry at yourself, but you did nothing wrong. I feel like I'm taking advantage of your kindness, knowing that I won't be able to repay you anytime soon. I don't really care about money, though. It's okay if you don't repay me. Then is there is there another way I can repay you? Another way? Yes. If you don't want the money back, then let me do something for you. A favor, whatever you want. Well... she's gotten shy all of a sudden. There is something, but I don't want to impose. That should be my line, Penny. Come on, spit it out. What is it you want? Friend? Huh? Could you repeat that? I couldn't quite catch that. Oh, she looks like she's really forcing herself. What's so embarrassing about the favor she has to ask me? Could you be my friend? What? That's it? It's okay if you don't want to. Penny, I'd love to be your friend. Really? Of course. But I was just wondering why you'd ask. Oh my god, she's heavy! How? Why? Oh, I'm so happy. I made a new friend. Penny, not to be rude, but I need air. Oh, I'm sorry. Phew. How can someone so petite weigh so much? I got carried away. I know it is. Is it really such a big deal for you? Well, you see, I don't have a lot of friends, and those I have, I can't see very often. Well, isn't that just soul-crushing? If such a nice girl can't make friends, what chances does the rest of the world have? You would think that, wouldn't you? Oh, but then again, she's making friends with you. She's like, yeah, I can't see my other friends very often. Realistically, right now, what are the odds after today she's ever going to see Jin again? Like, you know. Jin at this point is just a civilian. Like, that's all he pretty much is, so... Like, what? And Penny's Penny, so what are the odds they're ever going to see each other again after this? Well, don't worry, Penny. I promise to try and be the best friend you'll ever have. Really? Really, really? Well, You're a literal lifesaver, Penny. It's not really a favor. I actually want you as a friend. She's smiling so profusely for something so simple. Something most people take for granted. I find myself smiling back at her. Well, want to get breakfast together, friends? I'm not really hungry, but sure. It's a big city. I love that. It just dawned on me. It's 3 years later. It's still the temporary bit there, and like I've been playing this game for so long. I never noticed that bit. I just take this as this is what Vale looks like for this picture thing. But yeah, it's just when it comes up there. I just spot the temporary bit again. Yeah, the game's obviously still getting worked on in bits. Although honestly, at this point, I don't know whether they're legitimately just forgotten about the screen here. I wouldn't blame them. They're off making art in so many other great bits, other backgrounds for scenes and bits, and art for events and stuff like that. I wouldn't really blame if they just generally forgot about the Vale City and things like that, backgrounds. But yeah, at this point, I've just sort of took it as this is Vale. This is what I'm used to. Ah, also, I should save. Wait a minute, this isn't the save bit. What the hell? Why am I in the system options? Not if you right click, you go to save. That was weird. Oh well, never mind. It's a big city. Where should we go? I heard about the shop in Main Street. That's supposed to be very good. Let's go there then. Main Street. So we were at the alley there. I see you like it. I like it. Oh, definitely. Don't know the name of this pastry, but it goes wonderfully with warm milk. You're eating a cookie, Jin! You sure you don't want a bite? Positive. I'm glad you're feeling better now. Hard not to feel better. I've known Penny for only a little more than an hour now, but her smile is absolutely infectious. I swear I doubt there's anyone who could avoid having Penny grow in them. Which makes the fact that she doesn't have many friends even weirder to me. I mean, she also doesn't get to interact with very many people, and most of the time she interacts with people, it's people that are on the street walking to destinations, which isn't really the prime place to pick up friends, because if you approach people in the middle of the street and say, hello there, and you don't know them, and you've not got a reason for really speaking to them other than wanting to be friends, like, most people don't take that very well, and for good reason. There's a lot of weird people out there, and they have no idea who's weird and who's friendly. So, what their tier motives that could be. Oh, poor Penny. She was given freedom to wander about the streets for a little while, and it's like, she was doomed to fail, because how was she going to make friends like that? She wasn't. Oh, poor Penny. Well, I still have no idea where I am or how I ended up here, but hey, at least the first person I find to find me was a pretty girl. It's begun. Well, look at her eyes. I don't think it's... I didn't think it was too far, but I thought I was the first person to locate you. Oh my god, that went completely over our head, didn't it? Penny, I was referring to you. You think I'm pretty? She cannot be serious, can she? Penny, it's less a thought and more of an empirical fact. No, I mean, I know that going by common aesthetic standards, I may be considered attractive. It's just, no one has ever said that to me. Most people you meet are in the army. And they're there on business, or they know what you are, so they don't think about it like that kind of way. You cannot be serious. Or they're older than you as well, like way older than you. She gently shakes her head and lowers her gaze. Her cheeks acquiring a healthy flush, as she suddenly finds her fingers very interesting. Well, you are. Thanks. You're pretty too? Yeah, it's not really what guys tend to like to get referred to as majority of the time, but alright, a compliment's a compliment. Now it's my turn to flush. And thanks. Now it's got awkward. We're awkward! We made this awkward! Wish there was some kind of distraction. That works, but now I can't finish my milk. Jin? I look down at myself as my body is pulled through the air. Some kind of purple tentacle is wrapped around my torso, but it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel, it doesn't belong to anything living. The construct twists and flips me around, and I grit my teeth, my stomach upset by the quick motion. Also, I just ate! And what do we have here? Ah! Who's this woman? Why is she attacking me? Also, more importantly, why the hell is she attacking? What the hell is she attacking me with? This light construct is coming out of her riding crop. You gave me a lot of trouble, young man. What kind of trick were you using to mask your aura? My what? No matter. You'll have plenty of time to uncover that. Alright, so I think working by this world's logic, because at this point, like, aura's still a pretty unknown thing in RWBY. Like, to us, like, they change about how strong it is and how much it can do and stuff pretty regularly, and like establishing a solid thing of how it works is a bit. I think in canon RWBY at this point, it's maybe not at the beginning, but it seems to be kind of a thing of they can't really sense other aura on people. Or maybe they can, they just don't mention it, I don't know. But anyway, in this one, it seems to be that people can sense other people's aura to a degree. So, that's what Good Witch is basically like, how you mask your aura, because she assumes if he caused the crater, he must have, you know, he must have aura, because how else could you survive that? Now let's make you easier to transport. She extends her other hand towards me. I cringe and close my eyes. What? Please stop. Penny? When I open my eyes, Penny's grabbing the spectacled woman's wrist. Please let him go. He's done nothing wrong. Unhand me this instant, young lady. I'm terribly sorry, but I cannot do that. I can't do that. Because you're going to knock Jin unconscious and take him to an unknown location. Oh, Jin must be sweating bullets right about now. That was my intention, yes. The woman is frowning pretty intensely. She suddenly snatched her hand away from Penny's grip, and the redhead immediately stepped between me and the attacker. And I guess if you're so eager to share the blame, you can share in that fate as well. Oh god, this woman's dangerous. I can't feel it. I can feel it just by looking at her. And Penny wants to face her for me. Penny, no, run! Don't worry, Jin. She's gonna say the line. She bloody is as well. What? What is this? Why is Penny suddenly giving off a similar feeling? I'm combat ready. Are you now? Okay, his phone's going off, breaking the tension. What? A phone? Of all the times. The woman brings down her free hand and one of her pockets, producing some kind of smartphone. Yeah, so Jin seems to have logic based off of our world. I don't know if we get answered. I don't think it's ever been answered why it has that knowledge. Yeah, I don't think it has. Like, and we still don't know a huge amount about Jin's backstory and stuff, even come at the end of the game. We know bits, but like, there's still a lot of stuff to expand upon. Anyway, Osbin, I'm in the middle of something. You're in the middle of starting an international incident. Excuse me? The young lady who so bravely confronted you is a special protege of the General. Salutations. Nice, Penny. Work that angle. She's still interfering. I know it's Glinda. But does this young man look or feel like a threat at all? Her stare bores into me, evaluating me like I'm something she picked off the sidewalk. Well, it's kind of true, isn't it? She did literally pick us off the sidewalk. He does seem rather inoffensive. Totally and utterly defenseless, ma'am. But I still can't let him go if he's involved with the meteor crash in the market. Of course not. What you can do, though, is bring them both to me. Which I was going to do. By asking him to come along, Glinda. I may understand your irritation at having to repave the streets, but I don't think these children deserve an iron fist because of it. Yeah, take your frustrations out on some other... I mean, others is bad form, lady. Well, I'll be right there. Ah! Why do I keep falling today? What's your name, child? And I believe you're called Penny, young lady. Yes, ma'am. He's Jin. A pleasure to meet you, ma'am. Now that I'm no longer restrained, anyway. She's a very beautiful woman. For God's sake, Jin! I forgot forgot what type of person you were for a whole second there. If anyone is new to this, still seem like an overreaction on my part. You understand what you get a feel for what Jaden's like as time goes by. The type of effect he has. She's a very beautiful woman, but her stern behaviour kind of puts a dampener on that. My name is Glinda Goodwitch. I'm a staff member of Beacon Academy, and Beacon Academy. Then maybe you know RWBY. Sigh. Of course, someone willing to stand up to a full-fledged huntress would be an acquaintance of that girl. Please follow me to my transport. The headmaster wishes to talk to both of you. You're not going to detain Jin anymore, then? That depends on him and his actions, of course. But I guess we should give him the opportunity to explain himself. Much appreciated, Miss Goodwitch. Thanks. Jin's just breaking it because he has no idea how to explain his situation. Despite the rocky introduction, this is actually shaping up to be a good thing. Whoever these people are, they sound important. And Penny sounds important too. So, she's nice, strong-armed, a bit awkward, cute, and has got enough courage to go against a huntress. Is that what you call, she called herself? Best friend one could ever ask for, really. Thanks, Penny. Have you ever been to this school, Penny? No, I haven't been to Beacon Academy yet. I was supposed to visit it for the first time in about 6 months. But it's the most famous combat academy in all of Remnant, training the best huntsman huntress in the world. Sounds important, but what exactly do they hunt? The Grim. They are... I suggest you take a seat and strap in, children. We're descending. She pointed out of the window to her right. Curious, I slowly waddle over to a seat on the right of the flying vehicle we were riding in. And then I see it. Da-da-da-da! Oh, wow. That's a big complex. Oh! I think I can see RWBY from up here. No, it was just a large bird. The school is currently on break before the start of the next semester. Okay, yeah, so this takes place between season 1 and 2. Like, in the break in between before the fifth fight. Currently on break before the next semester. The majority of students are not on campus right now. Which also means it'll be much easier to get used to the headmaster unnoticed. Beacon! Again, the temporary symbol thing. Again, I'm just so used to this thing, like, honestly at this point it'll be weird if they switch it. And I've no doubt if they decide to switch it, they'll probably make beautiful artwork for it. But it's going to be so weird the day they do decide to switch it from the temporary one to whatever they finally decide is, like, the one to use. Oh, the ball. But yeah, the headmaster's office is located at the top of Beacon Tower. Let's hurry. Da-dun! Here's a place we go a couple of times. I'm back, headmaster. So I see. Welcome to Beacon Academy, children. I'm Osmond, the headmaster. So this is the headmaster of Beacon Academy. He's very attractive. Whoa. Those are some fine aging genes in action there. No, seriously. He's got a full head full of grey hair, but he's got a full head of grey hair. And where the hell are his wrinkles? He looks like a girl's older man fantasy. Or straight out one of those boy love stories. But in that case, he'd need a... And this is General Ironwood. I believe Penny is already acquainted with him. Strong, muscular, buff counterpart. This is where Jin's brain goes to whenever he meets people, it seems. It's just, how attractive are they? Good morning, sir. It seems one can't take his eyes off you for more than 5 minutes without you taking in some stray, Penny. Yikes. Stereotypical army general? Even if his expression is gentler? Penny was the first one on the scene, General. She also witnessed the event immediately prior to the crash and was in town the whole morning. Frankly, I don't think we could have asked for a better witness, and she helped protect Mr. DeCabagis from my lapse of judgment. What she said, I think it's a good thing Penny was the one that found me instead of anyone else, really. She's been a great help to me so far. You misunderstand me. Penny's character was never in question. I just find it curious that she couldn't help but form a relationship with peculiar characters. Yeah, but at this point, RWBY and I have been involved with a dock getting, like... Was there explosions in the dock? I don't know, there were, like, I'm pretty sure Verber got cut in half. There were explosions. And there's the attention of the room on me. Had half a mind of saying, hey, I'm not peculiar, but I'm the guy born of a meteor or something. So, Penny, can you tell us how your morning went? I want to phrase that a bit. Maybe I phrase that a bit better, husband. From start to finish, with anything that comes to mind. Any detail, no matter how small, could be important. General, warn them! Huh? Why is he, what is he smelling about all of a sudden? Okay, yeah, the general's just gonna laugh at this then. He's like, we're gonna stop them! He's like, alright, he's asked for this, fine. Every detail, if you please. Well, the sky was pretty clear. Alright. And what? The environment temperature was 24 degrees Celsius in the shade and 28 in the sun, but the light breeze coming from the northeast brought the actual perceived temperature to 24 Celsius anyway. UV amounted was acceptable, but I wouldn't have advised staying too long in possessors of sensitive epidermis. The meteor appeared in the sky at around 10:34 AM, real time zone. I was alerted to its presence by the vocal reaction of one of the citizens, with the exact words, "Holy dust! What is that?" What? I see. Then the size of the meteor was around 2 meters in diameter. I'm sorry I couldn't get a better estimate, but the distance in the sky and the speed at which it travelled left me unable to get a proper reading of the object, which crashed into the market area at around 10:36 AM. I was worried about the possibility of injured people, so I directed myself to the exploited point of impact post-haste. I managed to precede police officers, both human and robot, and discovered... And that's when we arrived at this location. I see. Thank you for your exhaustiveness. Exhaustiveness, Penny? Oh my god! He is a headmaster! That didn't faze him in the slightest. Even the general lost his spell halfway through. He thought it was funny to begin with. That does say exhaustiveness, right? Like, there's lots of words in this game I don't know. My pleasure, headmaster. Now, Mr. Cavagus, do I understand from Penny's story that you possess no memory or awareness of Remnant as a whole? He managed to get that out of that? Is this guy a wizard? Sadly, correct. So, alright, since Jin is technically seems to have memories coming from, like, our type of world, that kind of, like, wait, may think, oh, that's kind of a forced joke. In the world of RWBY, they might not say things like that because semblance and stuff like that is a much more common thing. But from our world, that like, if someone does something spectacular, you might call them a wizard or think it's magic or something like that. You say it's a joke because magic's not real. But, yeah, that kind of joke fits much more, like, obviously it's a thing to us, but it fits so much more neatly in there just because of the character Jin is from the start here. But sadly correct, my memories are a mess. I remember what police are supposed to be, my name, random bits and pieces, and before meeting Miss Goodrich, I have no idea you could snatch other people out of the air with riding crops. It's kind of cool. What is the last thing you remember? I was just looking at Glinda's face there. Which I think if all three of them had sprite updates, I know Goodwitch has. I'm pretty sure Goodwitch at least has had a sprite update. I'm pretty sure General Ironwood did. I can't remember if Osmond did. I know a bunch of characters, like, I think Nora is another example, like, had their sprites updated. To just look a bit nicer and stuff. Oh, darkness. I guess going to sleep. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in the crater, and then I met Penny. And he was in his, sleepwear. And someone turned him into a makeshift projectile. Sounds preposterous. You shouldn't have a theory, James. He's not lying. Or if he is, he's the best liar I've ever met. So either the impact knocked the memories out of him, so to speak, or someone removed them. Well, there could be a bunch of other options, but you know, we're not good to that. Wait, what? It does seem to be the most plausible explanation. I turn right and meet Penny's gaze. She seems to share my surprise and the question on the tip of my tongue. But why would anyone erase my memories? Put me into a fake meteor and hurl me into the sea? Also, how did they get past the barrier? Those are questions that need answers, indeed. But I don't see us getting them in the course of the day. So, for the time being, I'd like both of you to stay at Beacon. Stay at the school? Really? Both of them, husband. Penny's the first boy Mr. Cabagus made after his awakening, James. If his memories actually have been tampered with, I think it's important to him to have as many anchors to the real world as possible, in preparation for when they'll go back to normal. Also, I understand you're worried about Penny's interactions. Beacon is certainly a more controlled environment than Vale, no? Granted, but unless there's something else that you're not sharing with us, which may constitute an immediate impediment, I don't see any reason why Miss Penny shouldn't be allowed to spend the semester here at Beacon. Plus, she was planning to come here anyway, so, you know. Tension's so thick, you can cut it with a knife, as they say. I understand. They seem to act friendly so far, but now it's like they're playing mind games with each other. After a few more seconds of staring contest, the general lowers his gaze and lets out a deep sigh. I guess there are none. Upon hearing those words, Penny lets out a huge gasp, bringing her hands to her mouth. General, really? As long as you behave. Of course, I will. I'll be good, General. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, General. If that's all, I guess I should inform Penny's father of the new arrangements. I'll also have one of my teams inspect the location of the crash. No offense, Glinda. None taken, but I shall accompany you. Thank you, Headmaster. 1,000 thanks. Don't thank me yet, child. I said I'd have you stay at the school, but there are conditions. Conditions? Despite your particular situation, this is still an academy for huntsmen and huntresses. To stay at Beacon, you will need to prove that you have the potential to stand at their side and learn. He's not serious, is he? Headmaster, while I have confidence in my abilities, I doubt this is a reasonable request for Jin. He's not combat trained, and he doesn't even know how to access his aura. Yeah, what's aura? Aura is an extension of your soul. All living things possess it, and humans can use it to protect their bodies, heal their injuries, and power their weapons and semblance. But that's beside the point. That's crazy! How am I supposed to keep up with people who can do that? We have a first year who managed to pass the entrance exam by only discovering his aura in the exam itself. So he's now a president. That's not a president, that's a miracle! Plus he was teamed with Pyrenicos. So, there's that. Plus by chance, he happened to have a very big aura reserve. But also, he was teamed with Pyrenicos! And regarding the combat training, can we be certain of that? At this moment in time. Oh, that's right. What? What's right? What is he talking about? I'll leave him in your hands, Miss Paulina. The amphitheater is currently free. I will have a room ready for you to demonstrate in the dormitories by the time you're finished. Finished? Finished with what? Thanks, Headmaster. The exam will take place on Sunday. Which, by the way, Sunday's event day. So, yeah, Sunday's like the plot day. Sunday's going to be a very heavy plot day. In like every week. Not every week. Maybe every week. I don't know. Prepare yourself properly. What? Penny? Where are we go? I can walk on my own. There's always a place at Beacon for those willing to walk the path, Mr. DeCabagus. Dun dun dun. Da, 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 da. Also, just want to say a quick thank you to all of the channel members for the extra support, and a special thank you and shout out to our late members, the Jordan members Austin Quinlanberry, Afro Kage, It's Ender Steve PE, Sebastian Ramsey, Blackest Sage, and Leo Lalonde, and our ANBU members are Rapids Rook, Eragon, GoldDragon, Nathaniel Prue, and Colton Wood. Thank y'all very much for the extra awesome support.